Okay, everyone, welcome and thank you for joining me today. Let's take right hand in fist, please, and left hand straight, pulling back the thumb. Bring the feet together, bring the hands together, and press forwards. Lovely. And just easing from your stance, have a little shake out. Let's go into the four corners of the hips. Nice, gentle rotation. And let your breath flow. Good. I want you to listen to your body, please. Notice any areas of tension, any little hiccups or jumps in the movement. And we want to think of breathing and softening through these points of tension. I've literally within the last 2 weeks discovered, with a little bit of help from my husband, who also practices Chen Style, that this movement, this concept of softening and releasing through the hips is incredibly useful when we get to the form. Later on in the form, we have movements where we actually go into a rather deep stance, just for a moment. And if you learn to release through your hips as you travel inside, that allows you to go deeper into your stance. And I never kind of picked up on that, but I was saying, why are your stances so deep? How can you get so low? And why can't I? And he says, well, just each time you do a rotation, release into the hip. And it really works. So this is your preparation for all that good stuff, as well as just generally releasing and relaxing lower back and hips. So let's change direction, please. Keep it within the confines of your hips. So the movement is smaller than you might imagine. Feel your way. You just want to connect with each corner of the hip in turn, the inside edge. You can play with this in your own time. Try doing up to 500 rotations in each direction. And as you progress, try making it more subtle, more gentle. Releasing into it. Often in class with Grandmaster Chen, we would do 30 rotations in each direction. That's a kind of minimum, but there's no maximum. As I say, 500 is a good bar to go to. And that was his suggestion. Try doing 500 in each direction. Takes about 25 minutes. And it's gentler than going for a walk. But build up to it, please. Don't just start blasting yourself. Good. A good rule of thumb is as you progress in this practice, it should get looser and looser and more relaxed. If you find at some stage, if you're going for multiple or large numbers, if you find that everything starts to tighten, that suggests that you've overdone it, that you have fatigue, and that it's no longer actually helping. So watch out for that. Let's come back into center, please. And we're going to do a little rotation of center. So imagine you're a puppet on a string. The top of the head is floating up. The tail and the body is hanging and releasing down. Keep your hips and your knees pretty much steady and just turn in your center. This is the warm-up that Grandmaster Chen tends to give us. If you notice, it's very simple. There's lots of repetitions, so it's easy to remember, and it is very beneficial. I was mentioning to one of the students there before class that I had one teacher who did the same warm-up, a very complex warm-up for 9 years, every day, maybe 3-4 classes a day, same warm-up. And if you compare that warm up to this, actually, even though this is much more simple, it still warms everything just the same. So repetition of movement equals lots of blood flow and energy flow. Good, let's open our stance, go a bit deeper. Hold your legs and your hips steady. Just think of rotating the bottom of the spine, which expresses in the waist. Careful not to let the knees go beyond the toes. So you're sitting back a little bit. Keep going, I'll show you from the side. See what I mean? You're sitting back. It's not that you're sitting this way. You're not sticking your bum out. You're just filling your back. So you're not like this. You see what's happening? The knees are beyond the toes. That's no good. Yeah. Good. And now keep going, but bring your stance back in. That's a nice one just for stamina, for endurance, strengthening the legs and getting a further release in the hips. Just allow everything to release and relax back down. Very good. All right, shoulder width and level. Let's lengthen up through the top of the head. And we're going to do head rotations. Start a little bit small, very soft. And you can go a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. If you have blood pressure issues or bone wasting issues, don't bring your head back, but rather just lengthen up over the top. Otherwise, you can do the full rotation. Keep breathing and relax. If you're wanting to do a good workout, in this, 30 circles in each direction is enough. There's an alarm going off outside. Hopefully you can't hear it. Now, it's perfectly normal to get crunches and crackles. In fact, even as a child, when I did this exercise, I got the same. So it's not age, just little calcium deposits. If you do this more regularly, you'll find that the crunches and crackles diminish, but they probably won't go away. Let's very gently, in your next rotation, change direction. Breathe into the movement, feel into the movement. And if those crunches are really quite aggressive, just soften your movement. Keep breathing. Very good. Now there's a science to these warm-up exercises. We could spend loads of time just on them. I've only an hour to work with you today, so I'm not going to spend too long. But when you practice this, I want you to feel how the rotation of the head creates a feeling of spiraling down through the spine, down through the legs, down into the feet. So actually every joint moves. And the more you practice, the more you'll be able to release in your joints and let that spiral flow through. But I want you to focus the actual obvious movement in the head and neck. But if you are allowing the rest of your body to move gently, Notice how the head and the tail counterbalance. As the head goes forwards, the tail goes back. As the head goes to one side, the tail goes to the other side, and so on. So there's different ways to emphasize the movement, but it's nice to feel every joint affected, every joint moving a little bit in response to the head and neck. Good. Let's bring everything gently back to the center for now and slowly lift to stand straight and relax down into belly. Well done. Good. And ease from your stance. So in class with Master Chen, he would do all of the warm-up exercises 30 times in each direction. But then his classes are 3 hours long. So we're doing a little bit less, just so that we have time to actually fit in some content. Let's take a step forwards, give yourself some width, so shoulder width and hips square. And we're going to do a little rowing action forwards and back. Warm up is so important. It's so easy if you've only a little bit of time to jump straight into form and think nothing of that, but you're more likely to injure and you won't get as much out of your practice without warming up. So take that time, even if it's just walking around the block, get yourself moving first before you jump into your Tai Chi practice, especially in the winter time. It's a little bit colder. The body is that little bit more dormant and stiff. Good. Let's bring the weight back, sliding the hands down to just above the knee and direct your nose towards your toes. Keep the front leg straight if you can, or relatively straight. Keep breathing. And release. Pull the toes back, taking hold same side, hand to foot if you can, and the other hand braces the knee. And again, pull the nose towards the toes and vice versa. Bring the toes towards the nose as best you can. If you can't reach, don't worry, you can just take your hands back to your knee. Good, and relax down, feed the weight forwards and up you come. Good, and change over. So square the hips, forwards and back. Believe it or not, there are people who can actually get their nose to their toes. I can't, but yeah. Maybe if they start early enough in life. Forwards and back. Good. So the repetitive nature, you see, even in warm-up, there's this repetitive nature creeping in. It creates a vortex. It creates a spiral of energy that wraps around our bodies. It has a calming and soothing effect, like rocking a child. You're calming your system and invigorating the energy within your system at the same time. Good. Let's bring the weight back. Slide your hands down to just above your knee. Direct nose to toes. Keep breathing. Relax into the stretch. That's what we're looking for, a sensation of stretch. Not a sensation of pain, so be careful, don't overdo it. Release, pull the toes back, taking hold, same side, hand to foot and nose to toes. Keep breathing. And relax the foot down, feed the weight forwards and up you come. Lovely, good. So a nice wee stretch there, a little shake out. We're going to do a little tiny bit of standing practice. I've been working on standing practice in this class quite a bit, just emphasizing the importance. But again, because it's a short class, it's only 1 hour, we don't have the luxury of doing a 20-minute or even 45-minute stand. Well, we could, but we wouldn't do anything else, basically. So I want to encourage you very strongly to do a little bit of standing every day. This is the key, the cornerstone to your Tai Chi practice. If you want to improve in Tai Chi, standing practice is the way to do it, because it helps your alignment, it helps your natural ability to sustain good posture, even through movement. And that good posture allows the energy to flow very, very well, which in turn facilitates powerful movements and a powerful healing effect, rebuilding effect for your body. So this is part of the immortal legend of Tai Chi, this elixir of youth. It will help you stay young and vital in your body and in yourself. If you're doing punches, you'll notice that if you're doing regular standing in good posture, your punches become amazing. It focuses your energy in a way that just, trying to do the mechanics of the punch alone just doesn't manage. So I can't emphasize this enough, but any length of stand is money in the bank. So even if it's just 5 minutes a day, do it. Think of it like cleaning your teeth. It's maintenance. Do it every day. If you didn't clean your teeth for a week and then scrubbed for half an hour, it would not give you the benefits of just cleaning your teeth for 2.5 minutes twice a day. So little and often, or if you can, a little bit more and often is key. Let's bring the feet together for Wuji. So it can be together or slightly apart, doesn't matter, just a feeling of unity. Make sure your feet, even at this stage, are level. If one foot has to turn out, that's okay, but you turn out both feet then. So you can have your heels together and toes apart. That's okay, but make sure that it's not one forwards and one turned. So we always want to look for symmetry. For Wuji, lengthen the top of the head up, chin slightly down and back, and take your time, please, to breathe. Arrive on your spot and let go. With each breath, allow yourself to let go of yet more tension. You can think of it as a waterfall, continuously releasing and pouring down over the front, over the back, over the sides. Breathe and let go of tension. Down through the middle. Down through your legs, into the feet, into the earth. Let your toes spread. Feel your weight spreading evenly. Feel your weight sinking into the earth. Calm down. And listen behind. Pay attention to the space behind your back. Open your awareness to the room behind you. Listen very deeply. This has a calming effect for your energy and a quietening effect for your mind. This is your homework. I'd like you to practice whether you're standing, sitting or lying down, calm down and listen behind you. You can stay in Wuji for as long as you like. The idea is that you keep letting go and listening deeply with all your senses until you have a sense of simply being. That you and the rest of the universe are one and the same. Just conscious being. Thoughts may flow in, that's okay. Just take note of them and let them go again and return to the practice of listening. Whatever sounds you hear, whatever vibrations you feel, simply let them flow through you. Very good. So we keep that feeling with us as we move and through our practice. We're going to release the belly, the hips, the knees, filling the right foot. I'm going to mirror your step open to your left and transfer the weight. At this stage, check that your feet are still level and shoulder width. Be pernickety, be very careful that it's exactly so. Not too wide, not too narrow. The feet are level. Make sure it's comfortable and adjust until it is. We keep that feeling of Wuji through our standing practice, so the top of the head remains floating up. The body remains hanging, releasing and relaxing down. Let's lengthen the fingers gently down. Feel as if you're pressing your fingers into the earth. We want to get a sensation of energy, zipping, awakening inside the hands, around the hands, and you'll feel the joints between the top of the head and the tips of the fingers very gently spreading, opening. Once you get that feeling of energy in your hands, keep it going as you gently float them forwards into the gunslinger position. The hands are just slightly shy of your legs. Feel for connection between your two hands. And then very gently float them up. And you can go anywhere between belly height and shoulder height. We want to feel for the best connection, where the energy feels strongest. Good. It may vary from day to day, depending on your energy levels, on how you feel. Find your best connection. Now, when you're using Zoom, or if you have a mirror in front, you can check your alignment. The body will tell you lies. It'll say, oh yeah, I'm straight. And then you look at your reflection and there's twists and kinks and all sorts of things. So check, the head is on straight. The shoulders are level and relaxed, opening out to the sides and hanging down. The hips also level and relaxed. Make sure you're not twisting. Make sure one hip isn't hitched up. Often if a shoulder is hitched, the same side hip will be hitched. Also notice, make sure that you're not sliding off to one side, that the shoulders are over the hips evenly. Breathe and relax. We keep that practice of Wuji going, but in this posture. So with every moment you're feeling, you're listening, you're breathing, you're letting go. So we don't want tension to build. It may well build, but if you find somewhere, oh yeah, getting tense, feel into it, listen to it, Breathe into it and let go through it. Imagine that your body is full of runny paint. We want the paint to continuously run downwards. Release. Anywhere where it pulls and gets stuck, just breathe into it and release. Let it flow down. Good. Now I'm going to show you a side view. We're looking to elongate the spine. The top of the head floats up, the tail hangs down. So the small of the back, any curvature should smooth out quite naturally. You can encourage the small of the back by very gently encouraging the rib cage to sink down with each out breath and fill the spine. So if the rib cage is sticking out and forwards, you get a kink in the back, in the small of the back. So keep letting the rib cage sink, release, and fill your back. Be careful also as we begin our standing practice. It's quite typical that there is a kink in the back. And so when we release the tailbone, we hinge and we're leaning back with the upper body. That creates stagnation in the chest. The energy gets stuck in the chest. So yes, we allow the tail to hang down like you're sitting on a high stool, but keep the body nice and upright and floating. So we're letting go down over the chest into the belly. We want the hands to be nice and alive, the fingers nice and alive, the arms very relaxed. Listen to your body for a few moments and notice, is there tension in any part? When you find it, that's good, you found it, breathe into it, feel into it, and allow it to release and let go. Pouring down into the feet, into the earth. Well done. For now, we're going to very slowly lower the arms down. Keep breathing. I want you to think of releasing through layers of tension. Even now, like you're falling through little layers of tissue paper. Let go of tension, let go of tension. Keeping good posture. Keep letting go as the arms come all the way down. And now bring the hands in to cover the center. Good. Now, if you've done a lot of Chen style before, you'll know that you take 9 breaths or around that, just breathing and relaxing into the center. And in fact, as you're doing your standing practice, if you're doing longer stands, you can just focus on breathing into your center as you stand. There's many ways of doing it. For now, just relax into the center. Then traditionally, we would circle up to your right. I'm mirroring up the right side, across the top, down the left and underneath. And the number of circles depends on how long you stand. So if you're standing for 10, 15 minutes, do 9 circles in each direction. If you're doing a bit longer, maybe 20 minutes, you can do 24 circles in each direction. Let's change direction now, please. And if you're doing a half hour or longer, 36 circles in each direction. So this is circulating the chi, the energy that you have just built up. Think of standing practice as like, it's building power within your body. You're building stamina, you're building endurance, you're building on your power, you're facilitating your energy to be used. So now this circling is to circulate that energy. One direction, the first direction, up to your right, across and down to your left, opens your energy up, spirals your energy around your system. The second direction, when you go up the left, across and down to the right, draws your energy back in. Think like the iris of a camera, opening and closing. So it's a useful way to circulate that qi that you have built up. Standing practice, static practice builds energy. Movement circulates energy. So one without the other, you're only getting half of the yin yang. So we want to do both, stillness and movement. Well done for now. Let's relax those arms down, lengthen up through the top of the head, filling one foot and close. Good. Recover. Well done. Easing out of your stance. Very, very nice. So another way to circulate your energy is to do form. So what Grandmaster Chen often does in class, we'll do a 20-minute stand, sometimes a 45-minute stand. And instead of doing those circulations, we go directly into the form because the form will circulate the energy. So we're going to do that now. We're going to do our form. So that is your preparation. Can you see that you can do lots of Tai Chi without having to remember anything? You just stand nice and relaxed. Make sure you're a puppet on a string. The top of the head floats up, the body hangs down. You listen, breathe, and let go. That's Tai Chi without any need to remember moves. And yet it will take you really deep into your practice. And it will be incredibly beneficial for your mental health, for your sleep, for your general strength, for your well-being, for your state of calm and presence through the day. And then if you do Tai Chi, if you do the physical movement stuff, you'll feel a difference in that as well. It'll feel more connected, more powerful. It's just all slides together nicely. All right, so let's look at the first, I think it's 18 moves. It's a 75-step form, and it's pretty much in quarters. So we're looking at the first quarter of the form. So we come over towards the right-hand side, give you a little bit of space to the right, feet together, and we begin. We lengthen through the top of the head, chin slightly down and back. And again, back to Wuji. Breathe, listen, let go. Calm yourself down. Feel the sky above you and all around you. Feel the earth beneath you and all around you. Feel into your body. Feel the three together, sky, earth, your body. Very still, very quiet. We keep that feeling of quiet even as we move and through our day. Let's begin. Release, press down, and open. Breathe in, float up. Relax down. Gather. Jinggang exits the temple. Jinggang, hammer punch, up, down, up, down, pummeling the mortar. Right up, left presses down, open, close, look right and step. Lanzai, lazily tying the knot. And I'm a bit close. Here we go. Relax to center. Gather. Apparent close up. Fill your back as you fill your hands. Single whip. Right toe twitches in. Relax to center. And gather. Circle. Open. Jing Gong. Pummels the mortar, hammer punch. Again, right pierces up, left presses down. Open. Close. Step back. White crane opens its wings. Relax to center. Shei Xin, oblique step. Lengthen the spine, turn on the line. Pinch, sit down, fill your back. Open. Relax to center. Embrace knee. Guard position, and we're going to take 3 steps forward. San Tong Bei. 1, 2, 3. Now, if like me, you don't have much space, you can adjust. Ready? We're going to do oblique step again. Lengthen the spine and bend the knee. Turn on the line. Pinch. Sit down to stand up. Open. Relax to center. Embrace knee. Guard position. San Tong Bei, 3 steps forwards. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Let's go back to 2. My mistake. Right hand and foot is forwards. This time we're going to prepare for punch. So we're going to gather into crossed hand position as we turn on the heel and step the left foot to the diagonal. Expand around and prepare to punch. Right hand into fist. Relax into your center. Check your alignment. Shoulders level, hips level. Let your belly fill with chi. Let your fist fill with chi. You'll feel a build up in your right hand side. Now turning your center to punch. Good. Release. Left towards right. Turn left, scoop under. Keep turning left to turn your right palm to face out. Turn to face the front. Release. Jing Gong, hammer punch. Up, down. Up, down. Release. Fill your hands with chi. We float up. Breathe in. Cross in front of your face and relax down. Breathe out. Lasso to the left. Look and step. Punch through back. Ready? Release. Look left. Lengthen the spine. Turn on the line. Feed the weight across. Left hand across the waist. Right hand into fist. Both hands into fists. Press into the waist. Line up shoulder, elbow, knee, toes. Look past and feel the fist nice and full. Extend it up. Release, turn the waist, gather, prepare, relax to center, and punch. Left, gathers right. Lift the left toes, turn center. Step through. And feed the weight forwards. Yeah, you might not be able to see. Let's go here. And square up. Fill your hands, fill your back. End of part one. And rest. Take a breath. Good job. Give yourself a moment, breathe, relax. Different students find it easy to follow in different ways. Some are very tuned into listening to what the teacher's saying. Others find it so much easier just to follow. So I like to give you a bit of a mix. So that was very verbal. This time I'm going to say less. I'll maybe give you names of moves and just see if you can follow. And then the third time we'll just do it together in silence, which is really beautiful. It gives you the space to just be. And don't worry ever if you're not really sure, if you get a bit lost. You can always just step out of it and watch, or just float in position until you've got your bearings. As long as you're not hurting yourself, it's fine. If you do feel pain, as always, adjust straight away so that you're no longer feeling pain. That's your body teaching you alignment issues and how to fix them. But if you still keep adjusting and you're still not feeling right, just stop and ask, because Tai Chi should not hurt. It should never hurt. When you get very advanced, I suppose you can push the boat out and you can go into much more intense experiences physically with the guidance of a master or teacher. But still, it shouldn't hurt. It might feel a bit intense, but it shouldn't be painful. Okay, any questions, guys? Yeah.
No, no, that was good. It feels strange doing the form again, but I'm getting, yeah, it's no, it's good.
Good. Yeah, I'm also, doing it digitally.
Yeah.
But you're doing very well. Let's try it again, guys. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay. So we lengthen up, please. Chin slightly down and back. Take a moment and let go. Press the fingers gently down. Release belly, hips, knees. Off we go, please. Open, chi si. Jing Gang Dao Jui. Jing Gang exits the temple. And I need more space, sorry. Ready? Pummel the mortar. Lan Zai, lazily tying the knot. Liu Feng Si, apparent close-up. Dam Bian, single whip. circles. Jing Gong Dao Jui. Jing Gong exits the temple, pummels the mortar. Bai He Liang Ce. White crane opens its wings. Xie Xin Abu. Oblique step. Embrace knee. Sun Tong Bei, 3 steps forwards. Xie Xin Abu, oblique step again. Embrace knee. And if you need more space, take it. Stepping forwards. This time on the 3rd step, turn on the heel, step to the diagonal. Prepare. Check posture, relax to center. Punch. Pummel the mortar. Punch through back. Side punch. I'm going to have to give myself space. And fill your hands, fill your waist. And a part 1. Well done. Close. Take a breath. Relax down. Very good. Very good. So I'm introducing the Chinese names. My pronunciation, sometimes my tones might not be perfect, so apologies for that if you speak Mandarin. It's a 4-tone language, ma, 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 ma. So sometimes my accent gets in the way, but useful to learn the names of moves, I always feel, just so that you can pinpoint if there's a problem. You can say, oh, you know, Xie Xin, or, you know, oblique step, rather than, oh, you know, that bit. And the teacher has to go, oh, what are you referring to? So let's give it another go, and this time we'll just do it silently. So do your best. Pay attention. Sorry about that. Pay attention to details, but relax, breathe, and enjoy yourself. I really like this idea of doing a form or doing a section 3 times. The first for your body to help remember, the second time for your mind to help focus it a little bit more, the third time for sheer enjoyment, for the joy, for the spirit to really just relish the experience. So 3 times through is a lovely minimum if you're doing a little practice. Sorry, there's nothing I can do to stop that ringing, but it'll, it stopped, yay. Okay, so let's go one more time from the beginning. As you see, I have limited space, so I'm going to have to step back at times. I'll give you a verbal cue about that so that I don't break your experience. If you wish to, you can step back at the same time as me. Very few people have a huge space at this time. All right, so let's begin. Take your time in preparation. Make sure you're comfortable, that your clothes are sitting well and not annoying you. Lengthen through the top of the head, chin slightly down and back. And as you breathe, allow the tension to melt. Allow yourself to sink into that quiet, calm space inside. Lengthening the fingers down. Feel your best connection, your best posture. And begin. I'm going to adjust. Again, I don't want to punch my calligraphy, so ready. And rest. Very nice. Well, we're actually out of time today, so I won't be watching you showing me. But if you want to, you can always make a video of yourself and send it to me, and I will give you feedback for free. Just as an incentive. Students very occasionally do that for me, and it's amazing the difference it makes. It's really useful to get a bit of feedback. Also, just videoing yourself and watching it yourself, you'll see so many deviations that you didn't realize you were doing. So you can actually fix it yourself. If you can just get over that, oh no, you know, it'll be too appalling. Once you get over that and just use it as a tool, it's incredible. We better finish for now though, folks. Let's shake out. We'll do a little bit of rotation down to the legs. Just check they're still there. Give them a bit of love. This warm down is just as important as warm up. I'm going to ask you to walk around your house or even throw your coat on and go for a 10-minute walk just to help your body to calm down, recover and process. Of course, you could also go back into your standing practice for another 10 minutes and just really let go and let all that good stuff that we've done today deeply sink into your system. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's take right hand in fist, left hand straight in front of the heart. 谢上好. Thank you very much. You can say 老师好, 老师好, which is teacher, thank you. Well done.